What's going on, YouTube? I am back today, and today I'm bringing you a non-competitive deck. This is just a fun deck that I like to play around with whenever I don't feel like, just going try hard. This is kind of like a relaxing deck. I just kind of like to, sit back and play some Duel Links. So, this is the deck that I usually run, and I figured I'd bring it to you guys today because it is a fun deck, in my opinion, and it definitely has it's not the greatest win rate, but I think I played about 7 games in Plat, and I won 5 of them, so, that's not horrible, but obviously it's not competitive. So, this is the deck. The first 2 duels will not be with Yugioh Dragon. I did not have him the first 2 duels, but other than that, the deck will be the same, except for there will be 1 more mirror wall and 1 more enemy controller in the first 2 duels. But the last duel, I do have Yugioh Dragon, although you will not see him because I did not be able to get him out. So Yugioh Dragon's effect, and yes, it is prismatic. I was so happy. This is actually my first prismatic card I ever pulled. Yugioh Dragon's effect is as long as you can send 1 Umi you control, you send it to the graveyard, and you can destroy all the other cards on the field except for that one. That includes your own card, so be careful about that. Or use it to your advantage by using Wild Tornadoes. Hammer Shark, once per turn, you can reduce the level of this card by 1, and if you do, special summon 1 level 3 or lower water monster from your hand. So Hammer Shark is used to summon Lost Blue Breaker. Lost Blue Breaker's effect is if there is another face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua-type monster on the field, you contribute this card to target 1 spell or trap card on the field, and you destroy it. So with Wall of Disruption running rampant right now, and Super Rush still around, that is a pretty good card to have, in my opinion, especially in Platinum tiers. I like to run Suijin because it's a super trolly card. During damage calculation, in your opponent's turn, if this card is being attacked, you can actually target the attacking monster and make that target's attack 0. So then they attack into you, and obviously their monster gets destroyed, and they take all the damage. However, it can only be used once while this card is faced up on the field. So each Suijin you have, you can only use that effect once. I like to have Suijin, and I like to run Stray Lambs with Suijin, because in defense, you can summon 2 Lamb tokens in defense position. You cannot summon other monsters, but you can set. So what I like to do, to be a troll, is I like to set Suijin. So then when their monsters attack into me, I use Suijin's effect, and they take about 2,600 life points worth of damage, and sometimes that will win you the game. That's a really good way to win the game because they don't know what they're attacking into. And if they even think, like if they have a blue eyes, they think, okay, we'll be able to get over it, so they'll for sure attack into that monster. Just pop his effect, and bam, blam, you got the win. So there's that. And then Unshaven Angler I run because when you tribute summon a water monster, you can treat this as 2 tributes. So that is obviously good for Suijin, which is 2 tributes, and Yugioh Dragon, which is 2 tributes. I run 1 Super Rush Headlong. I run 2 Stray Lambs for reasons I stated earlier, 2 enemy controllers to protect me, and then I run 3 Big Wave Small Waves. I destroy all face-up water monsters I control. Then I can special summon water monsters from my hand up to the number of monsters I destroyed. So I usually like to use this when Hammer Shark is on the field, and then he summons Lost Blue Breaker. I can then summon a Suijin, and I can summon an Unshaven Angler, for instance. So it's kind of like a 2 for 2. But way more powerful monsters. So then I have a Mirror Wall and a Wall of Disruption. So that is the deck I run. Now let me show you the replays I have gotten with this deck. I have 3 replays, I believe, today. And like I said, this deck is not competitive. Do not think it will be competitive. This is just a fun, trolly deck. And trust me, the satisfaction you receive when you set Suijin from Stray Lambs and you destroy someone with the effect, it's very, very satisfying. So unfortunately, I do not have one of those replays for you. I did not do that when I was recording, but take my word for it, it definitely worked. This deck, fun fact, was actually very competitive the first KC Cup back in February of this year. I think I got to 8 stars with this deck or something in the KC Cup in February. If you don't know how the KC Cup was run, they did it by a star tier level, and it was just basically dual points. I think every 10,000 you went up another star. Oh, no, I didn't have 8 stars. I had around 6, sorry. 6 or 7. And so you can see here I open up with a Super Rush and a Big Wave Small Wave, Hammer Shark, and Suijin. You basically can't open up any better than that. However, since I was going first, I didn't know what he was running. I did not want to Big Wave Small Wave right in my Suijin in case he was running some shenanigans like Soul Exchange. I end up playing it safe again and using Unshaven Angler instead of Big Wave Small Waving into Suijin because I figure if he doesn't do anything this turn, next turn I can just Tribute off Unshaven Angler to get my Suijin. And he Walla Disrupts me now. That was kind of a misplay on his part, because he could have just Walla Disrupted my Unshaven Angler, saved himself a lot of life points of damage. He could be at 3,600 right now. However, I realized that he wanted to pop his Destiny Draw, which was the turn. His turn, he pops his Destiny Draw, and I didn't realize that he would be running Destiny Draw until it was too late. So he gets a Supremacy Berry, I'm guessing from his Destiny Draw. He has a Mausoleum of the Emperor, and this card allows you to pay up to 2,000 life points to special summon a monster. So if it's 2 tributes, you pay 2,000. 1 tribute, pay 1,000. Thank the Lord, I have Super Rush Headlong. I obviously use it, and I destroy his Dark Magician of Chaos, and now I decide it's a good time to Big Wave Small Wave. This is when it comes in clutch. So Big Wave Small Wave. Big Wave Small Wave is also a good counter to Walla Disruption nowadays because for this reason that you're seeing on your screen right now. I just got 2 very hard-hitting monsters on the field and basically ended the game right there. Didn't allow him any more chances to get back in the game. Just decided to say, you know what? You're done. So that was the first replay. I just realized that all my replays of this Mako, except for 1, are against a Yami Yugi. It's pretty crazy. I'm going to show you this replay next against another Yami Yugi, and I hope I clicked on the right one, because I might have clicked on the last one I just showed you. But, you know, I'm a dingus, and that happens sometimes, so you'll have to forgive me. No, I believe it was a different person. I believe I did the right one. I believe so. Let me see. Make sure I did. That'd be funny. Mythic Depths. What did I open up with? Oh, yep, Power Dark. Okay, so this is the next replay I'm going to show you guys. And as you can see here, this deck does brick sometimes. All the time, actually. The reason why this deck is not really competitive is because of how much it bricks. 2 Big Wave Small Waves, a Suijin, and an enemy controller, and then a Super Rush. You could honestly alleviate this problem by taking out a 1 or 2 trap cards, or 1 or 2 spell cards, and then putting in Uminotauros, 2 Uminotauruses, which if I wanted this deck to be competitive and probably carry me to mid-tier plat, I would probably do that. However, no, you know what, I'll probably do it anyway. Because the bricking was really annoying. The 2 losses that I had with this deck, I bricked super hard, like it was, I think, like 1 Super Rush, 2 Stray Lambs, and what was the other one? Like an enemy controller, and then I just didn't draw, like that's not really a brick, but I didn't really draw any monsters. I didn't draw any monsters, so that was the problem. So as you can see there, that's why I don't really Big Wave Small Wave right away, is because he had Soul Exchange, and he tributed off my Unshaven Angler. He would have tributed off my Suijin if I would have played him, but he did not because I was smart. So he gets a 2,600 attack monster on the field. He anti-magic arrows me, and I am at this point thinking I am doomed, unless I draw a water monster, and I draw a Suijin. So I'm kind of worried right now, because if he has another anti-magic arrows, I'm going to be hosed. However, he does not. I enemy controller him, enter the code left, right, AB, and I draw another card, hoping for another water monster, and what do you know? I get a Lost Blue Breaker, which is fantastic. He windstorms my Lost Blue Breaker, big misplay right here. I end up Big Wave Small Waving him, and I summon my Suijin. And I'm able to destroy his monster, and at this point, this guy's like, well, crap. You know, I can't deal with this Suijin. I don't know what I'm doing here. So he sets another face down. I draw a Hammer Shark. I attack with the Hammer Shark first to make sure it's not golden apples. It was not. It was a Mirror Wall. and I do 950 with Hammer Sharky, and I'm about to do, I think, 1350? Yep, 1350, that math skills though. 1350 with Suijin. I started to freak out because I was like, what if he's running Destiny Draw? No, he's not, you dingus, because you can obviously see he has the Yami spell card on the field. So he summons his monster, he levels him up, and he summons his level 5 insect, and then he ends his turn. I don't know why he ended his turn. No idea why. So I attack him with Hammer Shark, I activate enemy controller in the battle phase, and I attack him directly with his own monster for the game. So if you guys are enjoying the videos so far, I would hope that you are, because I'm spending a lot of time on them. Please leave a like and comment, please, please, please. And tell me what decks you guys would like to see in the next few videos. I would be happy to do some viewer-requested decks. Disclaimer, as long as I have the cards. If you comment a deck and I do not have the cards, I will definitely let you know. And you can then comment back and say, well, you dingus, you need to get the cards. No, I'm just kidding. Comment back and give me another deck suggestion. And I'll try and put together a deck similar to yours if I don't have the cards, or if, like, I just completely don't have the cards. Like, I don't have any of the Crowler cards. I completely missed the Crowler event. I know. Bad move, but I did. School, there's a thing called School. Missed the Crowler event by a lot. So I don't have any of those cards. Please do not ask for Crowler cards. I cannot do them. I can do just about any other deck other than a Toon Kingdom deck. I can do a Toon World deck, but I cannot do Toon Kingdom. I do not have Toon Kingdoms. So off that rant, I didn't even remember what I opened up with. I opened up with 2 enemy controllers, Super Rush Headlong, Big Wave Small Wave, and Lost Blue Breaker. So this guy activates Frontline Base, and he gets his Y Dragon Head, which is ready to rock out on the field. And he summons his Machina Peacekeeper. So if this guy would have actually tributed and took this card here, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But he did not, thankfully. So he fusion summons a monster by banishing his 2 cards. He uses that card to use it as a basically defense. So when I Super Rush, that card gets destroyed. That card does not. He's still able to have his attack go through. I was hoping I would be able to chain enemy controller to his search, but I could not. That was a misplay on my part. I apologize. Please don't get mad at me. I draw a dot. Let me try that again. I draw a Wall of Disruption, set it, and he gets his Rumble Tank on the field. So I end up triggering Wall of Disruption because I didn't want him to have a lot of attack, and I didn't want to waste 2 enemy controllers. So I wasted 1 card instead of 2. Figured that was a pretty good idea. Didn't use an enemy controller again because I'm okay with taking 400 life points. Didn't use my Stray Lambs either until now because I was waiting for a Suijin or a Leviah, because Leviah's defense would have been strong enough, and I had 2 econs in case he summoned anything, which he did not. So this is the trolley part. He attacks into my Suijin. I don't really need to use the effect because he's already taken 2,200 life points of damage. It'd be a waste of the effect. I pop Lost Blue Breaker. He activates his enemy controller to tribute take. I'm okay with that. And I actually ended up destroying an enemy controller. So we had 2 enemy controllers set. So even if I would have left Blue Breaker on the field, I would have just wasted his 2 enemy controllers. Or maybe just 1 if he would have tribute taken my Suijin again. So he sets another card. I decided to attack the face down card in case the set card is Super Rush. Did not want to get Super Rushed right here because that would be really bad. I drew a Big Wave Small Wave. You could probably take 1 Big Wave Small Wave out. It'd probably be okay with 2, considering you're running 2 Stray Lambs. I should probably take out 1 Big Wave Small Wave and add an Umino Tauros, and I'm not even paying attention to the match. So he uses a card thing, Union Scramble, to summon his X-Head Cannon, and then just scoops. That was basically that match. So that is the 3 matches I had for you guys today. Like I said earlier, if you guys are enjoying the content, please let me know. Please leave a like. And please let me know what other decks you want to see in the future. Oh, look, that card's in the... that's funny. Card's in the card trader. Might need to look at that one. So, yeah, guys, definitely let me know. Where arf thou? That's funny. Little poodle, where arf thou? Okay, so enough of this rant, guys. I'll see you guys next time, probably tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, totally. See ya.